You are listening to the sounds of Godly People Radio.
Godly People Radio.
Let's go.
Yeah. No rags, just switches the mixtape. You feel me? Go get it. Coming out to you soon this January. It's Godly People Music Group. Why you telling lies? Why you telling lies? You say you got a new house and you satisfied. Oh boy, why you telling lies? Why you telling lies? Why you telling lies? You say you got a new girl and you satisfied. Oh boy, why you? But I know the truth. You will never be satisfied with you. You just want more money for you. Truth is, it was all a lie. You will never be satisfied. You a man on a mission. But when that mission fell, who was there to listen? You say you got it all. You say you want a ball. But when that ball fall, who catch you when you fall? Just because you ride foreign, make it rain. They stay pouring real Versace, Versace, 20-karat gold chain. All the fame of big names, swear you the head of the game. Other lanes eat the salad, yeah, you know what's wrong, man. I know that you think you self-made. The truth is you were never self-made. How on earth you think you did it on your own? But truth is you were never ever on your own. Why they brag about the cars? Oh, I don't understand. Why they brag about the house? Oh, I don't understand. Why they brag about the clothes? Oh, I don't understand. Why they brag about the money? Oh, I don't understand. What good is it to gain the horror and you lose your soul? Mess around and lose control and you got no more control. All that money and you broke and you still can't buy no hope. I don't understand. Money, sex, and drugs, that's what all they talk about. They wanna be a thug, but they softer than a Boy Scout. Stacking up that money, riding foreign, yeah, that's no doubt. But when the camera's gone, they all alone, yeah, that's no doubt. Money ain't the world, ain't it all about the girls? You ain't do it on your own, it was God all alone. He can show you how to live it, he can show you how to make it. Ooh, man, why you fake it, telling lies? Why you faked it, it was paid. Yes, my debt was paid. On the cross he laid, so you can make your name. Now you see the on the throne, rule the world on his own. He can get you right if you let him come and take control. Why they brag about the cars? Oh, I don't understand. Why they brag about the house? Oh, I don't understand. Why they brag about the clothes? Oh, I don't understand. Why they brag about the money? Oh, I don't understand. What good is it to gain the horror and you lose your soul? Mess around and lose control and you got no more control. All that money and you broke and you still can't buy no hope. I don't understand. I could buy $100,000 chain and you still got pain. Wanna rule the world, got the glory and got all the fame. Tell me, Mr. Rich Guy, is this all a game? Oh, tell me, Mr. Rich Guy, is this all a game? Why you telling lies? Why you telling lies? You say you got a new girl and you always satisfied. Oh, why you telling lies? Why you telling lies? You say you self-made and that ain't nothing but a lie. I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, I don't understand why they keep on telling lies. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand why they keep on telling lies.
What's good, y'all? This your boy Ammo. You're listening to Benefiting Kingdom Living with James Durrett right here on GodlyPeopleRadio.com. Keep it locked.
Well, hello, everyone out there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, all of the above. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to another wonderfully blessed and great episode of Benefiting Kingdom Living. Of course, I'm your host, Mr. James Durrett. You know how we do each and every week. We aim to give you strong and powerful topics, of course, to get you throughout your month, your day, your year, your hour, your time, for whatever it is that you're going through. Of course, we always aim to see to it that you are blessed and fulfilled when you're dealing with things within the kingdom of God. We know how it is and what you're going through. It's always definitely a time and a manner where you're always looking for something to get you by during your time and your moment, whether it's despair or victory. From wherever it is, we always aim to be a blessing on to you. So anyway, not without too much further ado, I'm just going to jump right into the announcements. Not going to waste too much of the time, of course. Just want to definitely for you to look out for the motivational message that's coming out real soon. Successful Kingdom Living is definitely going to be a blessing set forth to you. And of course, a lot of people determine success on many different levels. In this particular message, it'll definitely show you what it means to have success within the kingdom of God. So just be on the lookout for that. Those who will follow me on social media, you'll definitely see where you'll be able to get the link. And for those of you who follow me, of course, via radio, the show, excuse me, I'll definitely give you an update on time to come and when you be able to, or how you be able to get that message for it to be a blessing to your life. So anyway, without further ado, of course, this week's topic, we talking about building a new foundation. And of course, to assist me with this, I've got a special guest who is no stranger, of course, to Godly People Radio as the founder, and no stranger to benefiting Kingdom Living, which has definitely been a part of this show. Oh man, been part of his journey since day one. He was a part of our 1 year anniversary show. And of course, you may know him. He's no stranger. He's a Christian artist, hip hop artist, producer. You name it, he's it. Mr. Arbie Nickerson. Arbie, how you doing?
I'm great, Brother James, and you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing wonderful. So since the last time, of course, you had your mixtape. Your mixtape came out. Definitely a wonderful success. No rags, just riches. So tell us what's been going on since the last time we spoke.
A lot of things have been going on. I'm starting some new projects, working on some new music, and putting together some trips next week. I believe next week I'm going to take a trip to Tallahassee with this organization called Boy State, and I'm going to meet a couple of government officials, state level, the governor, cabinet members, state legislators. A lot of people I'm going to meet, so it's going to be very cool to meet these people in person and to sit down and talk ideas and different things that we can do to make our economy and community better here in Florida.
That's wonderful. That's pretty much awesome. So speaking of new projects, so tell us about what you're working on as far as new project goes.
Well, the newest project that I'm starting out now is called the Nickerson Foundation. And the Nickerson Foundation is going to be an all-around foundation, but our number one purpose in the Nickerson Foundation is youth empowerment. And I tell this story a lot. A friend of mine was talking, me and him was talking a couple of days ago, and he was saying, Arbie, if I go and shoot someone, I can get 5 minutes airtime on TV. If I go and get shot by a police officer for no reason, I can get 10 minutes of TV airtime. But if I get a full ride scholarship to Harvard, straight A's, never miss a day in school from kindergarten all the way to my senior year, I'll probably get 15 likes on Facebook. And I said, wow, that really makes a big difference. So what I want to do is I want to give those kids who have great ideas, who have great ambition, great vision, great power inside of them, the resources to do it. Because I had a vision. My vision was Godly People Radio. I was blessed with people like you, people the money, the resources to do it because I had a job. And because I had those resources, I was able to put it together. So I want to give those same kids the same opportunities that I had to get the same resources, to get the same people around them, to teach them how to use equipment, to market themselves properly, so that way their business can come to pass and make a great influence on their community, just like I'm doing today.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's great. That's pretty much awesome. So when you're speaking upon youth empowerment, of course, dealing with what you're dealing with. So tell me, dealing with youth within your community and your environment, how is it being a youth yourself and within the kingdom of God and being where you're at? What is the challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis?
A lot of challenges that I face are two big ones. There's a whole bunch of them. The two big ones that I really face is getting respect from your elders, your other colleagues, and necessarily getting full support. Because can you imagine, right, and I know there's going to be a couple people in Tallahassee that when I share my ideas of what we can do to make our economy better, they're probably going to sit up. Now I'm not going to diss the cabinet members, but there are some people that will do it. And some people will probably think in the back of their mind, this little 18-year-old kid coming down from Miami Gardens telling me how to run our economy. So what makes them so special? who is he? He's just legit in no profession. And a lot of people think that way. And it's sad to do it, but the Bible says if a man has an ear, let him hear the word. So hear out what, your younger people have to say, because their ideas may just be good. And as far as getting constant support, that's something that I deal with a lot here on Godly People Radio, and you deal with it a lot too. It's just people not fully supporting. When I was doing Real Talk, I would have at least 60 plays a week. People would come and listen. Sometimes they're dropping 60, 28, 29, 15 one day, one episode, 1 week. But when I had big people like A. Randolph and Dr. Gloria, 200 plays in a week. And I'm like, what? But there's no constant support. And after a while, sometimes you do find yourself discouraged. And there was times that I wanted to quit. But I didn't quit. And it got me to a nice place where I'm at now. But a lot of kids who are out there don't have the same confidence that I have. So when they don't get the same support, their great idea, their great ambition, their great power goes down the drain, because they have no one who wants to listen to them, and they have no one who fully support them constantly.
Wow, that's pretty much something a lot of people can relate to and dealing with this day and time, and especially really, I'm not gonna say I hate to say it, truthfully and honestly, I like to put it out there. When you're dealing within the Christian community within itself in this day and age, also, as far as full support amongst your peers and what you look to towards your brother and sister within the kingdom, and a lot of times people don't support you. Either one, they look at you as who are you to do this, or why are you doing this? A lot of times people look at individuals for certain statuses for them to step out and do certain things. So if you're coming from one end and you're going to another, people tend to look at you like, kind of a side-eye view. And a lot of times, a lot of things is to deal with, not going to put any organization name out there. But me and my family ourselves, we've been through a lot being in the area that we're in now, as far as looking towards others or having others fully support our gifts, which God enabled us to do. There are times where we've been in churches, whereas the pastor will say one thing, and then we'll go and present it to the pastor, and the pastor will look at us like side-eye or say one thing, and then, you take a step back for a moment, and then you come back into something else. And it can get really discouraging to a lot of individuals that are not fully strong or have that solid foundation within their act. And when we're talking about building a new foundation, of course, Jesus always spoke upon building a house on a rock. And a lot of people don't understand what you're doing when you talk about building. When you're building something, when you look at it as foundation-wise, you got to have a foundation when you build it. So something has to stand on it for you to build on. You can never build your house or a foundation on the sand, because guess what the sand is going to do? Sand is going to erode. It's going to crumble. It's not going to be solid. So when you build something solid, a lot of people have to understand it takes full support and things of that nature. So when you think of support, speaking of support and things like that, you mentioned how a lot of people, generally sometimes don't give you full support because when you're a teen, or they look at you as you're still a teenager, and of course, you're still in your high school years, but you're soon to be going to college. And do you feel as though, my question to you, do you feel as though is that the reason why, or is it that just generally all around, do you feel as though it's just certain people's nature?
It's certain people's nature. That's one of the biggest reasons why. And I'll give you an example. I was talking with some local officials, and right now in Miami, I don't know the side of Florida that you're on, but in Miami, right now for local officials, this is an election year. So everyone's trying to go for their seat. And I was presenting the same idea, but I was presenting some rallies that I wanted to do, and I wanted, city council support. And I just want to say this because I'm not trying to knock anybody down. I love the city of Miami Gardens. They have helped me with so many projects before, and I completely understand why they're doing this. It's politics, and politics is a crazy game. Trust me, I'm learning it now. But I was talking to some city councilmen and some chair people, and they were saying, Arbie, we love the idea. But the only thing is, people are playing politics now. And unfortunately, that's, if you want to get anything done, politics is the way to go. But politics has its, pros and cons. And that's one of the cons, that people don't want to get involved with something with a young person because, one, it can mess them up. So now let's say the city council person puts her full support behind me.